What it do? What it do? What it do, man? We back with another one. Back with another one. Week 3 of the portfolio updates, man. Week 3 of it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this is a running portfolio. I'm gonna keep this ball rolling probably for about a year. I don't know. Really just keep letting this compound, and I might rebalance it. I might not. I'm no expert at this, y'all. I am a young man who is currently a degenerate right now, and I invest in the crypto space, and it's simple as that. But I do think that a lot of things that's transpiring right now is leading to you know blockchain technology getting adopted. Like blockchain technology adoption is happening, and we saw, if you weren't paying attention to that Coinbase video or that Coinbase presentation, it was a lot of bullish things going on for Coinbase, and also they're bringing stocks to Coinbase, opening up DeFi, or opening up being able to buy different crypto projects that's not actually listed on Coinbase, that's actually on the blockchain. So a lot of things going on for Coinbase, a lot of things going on in the crypto space that makes me very bullish. So today, man, we're going to get the party started. But before, if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, man, because we in week 3. And I'm telling y'all right now, the portfolio really hasn't moved as much as I would like. I have dollar cost average, small amounts into the portfolio this past week. So we do have a new updated portfolio, but it's not where I want it to be just quite yet. And we have another opportunity. And some people are even saying that we could be expecting some further downside. Now, in my personal opinion, is that going to happen? Hey, who knows? You know what I'm saying? The crypto space, anything can happen, man. Anything can happen in the crypto space. So we got to kind of always keep liquidity on the sideline, keep money on the sideline to be able to buy the dips. Because right now, man, when we look at when we just look at, I want to share this screen real quick. Then we're gonna get into my portfolio. But when we look at coin market cap, we can see the overall market cap for the entire crypto space is down today, man. We are down 2.55% right now. And we are back under that $3 trillion market cap for the entire crypto space. So a lot of people are capitulating at these times. A lot of people are saying, maybe that we go into a bear market. Am I saying that? I don't think we go into a bear market. I think that 2026 is going to be a decent year for the crypto space. Really a great year, in my personal opinion. But only time will tell. And even if we do go into a bear market, I do think that just gives us more time to dollar cost average. Because right now, we can see the fear and greed index is 25 out of 100, guys. So people are absolutely fearful in these markets. People are fearful. And then we look at the altcoin season. It's 18 out of 100, man. 18 out of 100 right now with the altcoin season radar. So alts are getting sold. The market cap is below 3 trillion again. Fear and greed index is, people are absolutely fearful. It's 25 out of 100. Then we can see the average crypto RSI is 33 oversold. So when people come on these doom scroll on YouTube, or doom scroll on X, or whatever the case may be, and you're seeing all this negative stuff, you got to understand, man, the whole market is down. Like, I hate when people say, when I'm talking about a specific project, and people be like, well, it's performing bad. Okay, yeah, don't get me wrong. It's some projects that perform better than others. But right now, the entire market cap or the entire crypto space is down. I really only judge projects when we in a full-on bull market, or when everything is appreciating. Then you get a better chance of opportunity to see, okay, maybe this is some BS because everything going up and this is not going up. So that's why I think, in my personal opinion. Now, don't get me wrong, if something is taking a crazy beating and it's no updates on the project, is nothing that's going on, or is no community and things like that, then okay, yeah, then it might be time for you to look to another project. But if they continuously updating the blockchain or updating the information on their project and have a cult-like community, and it's still people talking about it, then it's still some hope, man. Frank said DCA. Facts, man. Dollar cost averaging is your best friend in the crypto space. A lot of people underestimate dollar cost averaging. And let me see something. Let me see something. And also, a lot of people are afraid to buy at these times. And I can understand because you don't know how far this is gonna go down. You like, man, it went down. I'm already down 70%. And I don't know what it's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I can feel the sentiment around it. But at the end of the day, man, we gotta understand too that people were begging for opportunities. Once upon a time, we were begging for opportunities for prices to be this low. So I'm gonna show a tweet from CZ. Then I'm gonna get into my portfolio because that's what this video is about. But CZ from Binance, CEO of Binance, he said, if you were ever jealous of people buying crypto on the cheap and able to hold them through the cycles, think about what they did in moments like this. So this was tweeted yesterday, but this is perfect for this moment in time because we can see that even though prices are dipping, even though prices aren't doing what we believe they should do, things are getting being built in the background. Real world assets will go onto blockchain technology. We know that tokenization is happening. If you heard the Coinbase presentation earlier, they are working on tokenizing. They are putting stocks onto the platform as well. So many bullish things that's going on in the crypto space that's being developed. The underlying technology of blockchain is what's important, and a lot of people don't understand it, and that's why we don't look really into cycles, man. We don't look so deep into, okay, it's a 4-year cycle, it's a whatever cycle. I think it's gonna change. You know, typically we do get our 4-year cycles, but I do think this cycle could potentially be different. Not saying it won't be the typical 4-year cycle, but I do think this cycle kind of stands out, especially once you look at, you know, institutional investors coming in. And not only that, the SEC and the government is finally embracing crypto and blockchain technology. So all those things play factors in the long run when it comes to the crypto space. Now let's get into the good stuff, man. What we've been waiting for, the portfolio, y'all. So currently we at, you know, 408 at the portfolio or in the portfolio. In the past 24 hours, the past day, we are down 4%. Now I want to kind of zoom it out because in the past year we are, you know, down 21%, and that's $102. Now we have been slowly dollar cost averaging into this portfolio, and like I said, this is really just the working man's portfolio. This is going from zero to hero type of portfolio. And if y'all haven't already, make sure y'all click the link in the description, my Coinbase link, man. If you haven't signed up for Coinbase, click the link. When you start trading on Coinbase, we both start making money. So start trading. I think it's just $20. When you trade $20, you get a free $30, man. So click that link in the description. Join Coinbase through my referral link. But like I said, right now we have $408 in the portfolio, and we are down $102 over the course of this year. But technically, I only started this portfolio. Let's see. I only really started putting money into it like the later days, or like really the beginning of October or November. So it's only really been a month. So that's why I'm just really keeping the week tracks. And I really came in, you know, put a probably like $200 in there, 150 somewhere around there. But like I said, we are just dollar cost averaging slowly, showing that you can buy $20 worth of crypto and just buy over time, man. Dollar cost averaging over time is your best friend. Now, what do I have in my portfolio? So right now, this is what I currently have. Like I said, since last video, I have stacked some more AVAX. I believe last video I was like at 24 AVAX, so we at like 28 right now. I haven't did anything with the Pudgy Penguins. I really want a dollar cost average more into Ping U as well, because I do think Ping U is super undervalued. Now I know a lot of people ask me, Tro, why are you in AVAX? Well, it's a lot of different reasons I'm in AVAX. Like I said, I believe in the tokenization of assets, and AVAX is really one of those blockchains that's doing that. I believe it's still top 5 when it comes to real world assets in on blockchains. Let me see something. I'm trying to find it. It's on. I seen it on somewhere, man. Let's say real world assets. But I want to say AVAX is still top 10 or at least top 10 when it comes to real world assets on blockchain technology. And it has a lot of companies, a lot of big institutions, a lot of traditional financial institutions that's been around for years, decades. And they're building on the AVAX blockchain. They're building their own subnets where they can create and control their own things and, do all these different things, man. So that's why I'm bullish on AVAX and just get some more clarity on it. We see Bitwise, one of the leading platforms for institutional blockchain adoption and real world asset tokenization, now part of the Bitwise 10 crypto index ETF. So Avalanche is now a part of, the Bitwise top 10 crypto ETF index fund. So that's one bullish thing on AVAX. And then another thing, man, highest week of transactions on C chain. So this is the highest week they had of transactions on the C chain. And we can see, man, it's only growing over time. Like we can literally see the chart is growing. So that means adoption on a blockchain is occurring, even though it's a layer one and it's not as popular as a Solana, as a Ethereum, as a base. I do think that AVAX is going to be more so on a traditional, on a TradeFi side of things, really connecting with different banks, connecting with different money managers and things like that to facilitate those type of things, not really necessarily peer-to-peer or a retail blockchain. Not to say that AVAX won't have retail things and, yields occurring on those blocks on a blockchain, but I do think that at the end of the day, AVAX is going to be more so of that TradeFi type of blockchain. That's what they're trying to accomplish at the end of the day, and that's one of the big things that I'm seeing. So we're gonna take a look at this 27-second video, man. Avalanche is for real companies. Some of the largest in the world trust AVAX. So let's take a peek.
We've done work with the likes of JP Morgan, T. Rowe, Wellington, Citi, KKR, Apollo, BlackRock. On the institutional side, FIFA, Nexon, Korea, major gaming publisher, doing music and loyalties as well. Even FanHub, NFT ticketing, so Sports Illustrated tickets, TixBase, and then the crypto native side from DeFi and all the emerging kind of primitives on the financial side.
See, it's so many things that's transpiring right now, man, on AVAX. That's why I'm super bullish on, what's to come and what we got in store for AVAX. And like I said, this is not really my entire portfolio. I don't really want to get it confused. Like I said, this is just a working man's portfolio, a portfolio that I created just dollar cost averaging. The reason that I'm heavily concentrated on AVAX because I like to have a strong position. Now that I really established a position, I really want to dollar cost average more into Solana. And I think that, Solana just gives us a safer bet or a safer side of things. That's why I want to dollar cost average more, because I do think that Solana is a clear-cut winner in the space. I think that Solana is going to continue to appreciate. I do think AVAX is going to do the same, but Solana just has more volume right now. I do think that more retail is going to come into Solana. The wallet is very simple to use and things like that. So that's why I think that, Solana has a long-term future. And even though it's the smallest position in the portfolio, I do want to, start to increase that position. And that's what I'm working on now. So right now, and also one thing about AVAX and Solana both, we can see that I have 100% stake. So right now you can earn 4% on AVAX and Solana, and just by staking it, you earning money. So even if I decide to turn this into a long running portfolio, over the next couple of years, doing a video every week, if I decided to do that, just think about all those compounding gains. I know 4% on $300 is not really nothing, but we continue to compound, and we continue to compound on Solana position. Those things are going to compound, and we already know, man, compounding interest is the eighth wonder of the world. You know what I mean? So that's why, you know, two of the reasons why I'm super, bullish on those two projects, and then also why I'm just on those projects more specifically, because you can stake them in on Coinbase. And I want to have this project on Coinbase just because it's simple to use, it's easy. People know the user interface. Coinbase is probably the first app or the first crypto app that they ever actually heard of, or crypto.com. Both of those links are in the description too. So if you haven't signed up using my link, man, crypto.com and Coinbase links are in the description. But I'm using Coinbase for that reason. But I'm like, if I'm using Coinbase, I might as well, earn a percentage on my money while I'm doing so. Like, why not earn some money while I'm, or why not earn some yield while I'm on Coinbase, or while I'm holding my cryptos on Coinbase? So I thought that was the one of the main reasons why that I am holding my projects or my coins on Coinbase. Usually I keep them in a wallet for sure. Usually I keep all of my crypto in a decentralized wallet, but like I said, just for the sake of the portfolio videos, I just put it, on Coinbase. So yeah, man. And like I said, so many different things that's transpiring with the crypto space, because I just made a video about this not too long ago, but the Federal Reserves, they just withdraw the 2023 policy, now allowing uninsured banks to, engage in crypto activities. And this is actually huge, man. This is uh something that's very big, for the simple fact that, everybody thought that, or all the banks thought that crypto was scams or were scams. They want to participate, but now they seeing the adoption that's happening with cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is getting majorly adopted, and now the banks want to participate, and now even unregulated banks can participate. And not, that might can be a dangerous game. Now, we already know in the crypto space we believe in self custody and things like that. And just for the simple fact of this video, of course, we know Coinbase, the actual centralized exchange, is not a self-custody wallet. But like I said, this just simplifies it for everybody, man. This simplifies it for the common person. And I do think that Coinbase is going to be around for quite a while. Yes, some people might have, their if fans or buts about Coinbase. They might not like Coinbase. They say Coinbase is scammy or whatever the case may be. I haven't had any issues with Coinbase. It might take a second to, take money off and things like that sometimes, but the things that I've done so far, I've been able to, fuck with Coinbase. Coinbase been cool people with me, so I'm not going against Coinbase. And not to say that all of these exchanges, man, are have a little scam about them. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of the exchange game. You got to be kind of scammy to be in this. Let me take that back. I won't say you got to be kind of scammy, but the exchange game is, you play the game, and some might have higher fees than others, but you gotta pick and choose what you want to use. And I decided to use this for the portfolio. But if and when this portfolio gets big enough, best believe I'm not keeping a lot of money on Coinbase, even though I think Coinbase is going to be solvent for quite a while, especially with, with that announcement that they just dropped. This presentation they just dropped earlier was crazy, man. So a lot of things that's bullish for Coinbase moving forward. So I do think that Coinbase is going to be around, and it's safe to have a small piece of your portfolio. And this is just zero to hero, y'all. This is my zero to hero portfolio. We trying to get to 1,000. And we're gonna take 1,000, get to 5 to 10, maybe 10 to 100. We might try to even get up to 6 figures in this portfolio. This is just me kind of thinking, very long term. Man, I'm not trying to hit it overnight. I want to keep this running as long as I can. So I want to have a running series. This is the portfolio update. And yeah, what Nico said, research Coin or is a hidden co-founded by the creator and CEO. I don't know, man. I don't know, Nico. I don't think Brian Armstrong created the R. What did it say? RSC is a hidden giant. Let me see. RSC. You said Brian Armstrong created this. RSC. Let's see. Research Coin. I don't know, Nico. I don't think Brian created this. What they say? Let me do my research. Let's see. All right, it's a about research coin. The mission of research hubs is to accelerate the pace of science. Our goal is to make a modern mobile and web application. Research coin is a governance utility. Blah blah blah. It's used to fund scientific open boundaries, reward scientific contributors for certain behaviors. Man, I don't see none about Brian Armstrong. It's on his check, sir. It's on his Twitter bio. Let me see. Brian Armstrong. Let's see. We gonna see. Okay, research hub. But let's see. Is that the coin? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You're right. You're right there. Okay. You might be on to something. You might be on to something, Nico. You might be on to something, Nico. Okay. All right. That's my first time hearing about research coin. Research hub. It is in his bio though. You ain't lying. A modern day pre-print server powered by RSC for transparent research. Hey, that might be you might be on to something with that one, bro. That might be a long term. You say he sold 2% of his Coinbase holdings to fund it. You might be on to something with that one, Nico. That might be a long term hold right there. I ain't gonna lie. That might be a long because how long it's been out? But the community votes is crazy though. The community. So it been out. I've been out a while. It's been out since 2022. Is this yeah, it's the same one. Got RSC. Yeah. Been out since 2022. 84K holders. That might hit later on. You know what I'm saying? You never know with any of these projects though, bro. That's the thing about it. Like, you never know with any of these projects what's gonna hit long term, what's gonna stick. And like I said, um, we in it for the long term, man. Like crypto is just still in its infancy. I know a lot of people like to say crypto, it's not it's mature and all these things, man. Crypto, Bitcoin ain't even been around, 30 years yet. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of this stuff that's going on is brand new, and blockchain technology is brand new. And actually, people actually using blockchain is going to be the actual, the difference. What's going to set things apart. You say it's in the emerging crypto sector of decentralized science. So everything, bro, that's what I'm saying. Everything is moving towards decentralization. There's so many new words I never even heard of. Nah, I did hear of D-side. D-side, yeah, I didn't heard of it in the podcast. Bit of hope. Forget the noise and stay the course. Facts, man. Facts. You are there. Why I'm saying, like, I always just stay focused. Like I said, with this portfolio, this is just dollar cost averaging at least $20, maybe some $20 a week or $20 every couple of days, whatever the case may be, whatever I can afford to lose, man. Because I always spend money on BS anyway. And I look back, I'd be like, man, I spent money on BS. Even if this go to zero, this would have been the money I spent on some BS anyway, So that's how I kind of look at it. Like, I never over leverage myself to where I'm like trying to find out where I'm gonna stay or putting all my money in the crypto. That's the wrong way to really invest because they don't really help you sleep at night, especially in crypto space when the price is dropping like crazy, when it's dropping like it's hot. You think everything going to zero. You like, damn, like I just put all my liquidity in this move and it just dropped 50%. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm 50. I don't have that 50%. Not saying that you lost. As long as you're not trading, if you in spot and you in a good asset, then you always have an opportunity to rebound. But like I said, that's why I always just risk so small amounts, because if I was to lose, if this was to go to zero, I would not care. You know what I'm saying? This is only $400 now. Once it gets bigger, once we get into six figures and stuff, once if I was to lose six figures in my portfolio and it go to half, now I'm like, okay, now I'm panicking. Now I'm like, oh, hold on. That's six figures. Like, oh, I need to take that. You know what I'm saying? When it gets to that point, But if it's not to that point, then I'm never, and especially if it's not appreciated yet, then I'm not really just too much down on myself. Now, facts, Nico, crypto is not for the weak minded. Crypto is like, it's the shitcoin casino, bro. Like crypto, you never know what's gonna happen in crypto. You never know what narrative is gonna take off. You never know when your project is gonna take off. A lot of people, who are these traders, and you see on Twitter, yeah, they get some things right. We always get, we all get some things right, because if you've been here long enough, you can kind of sense where what was going to be a good project, or kind of sense if you get in a project early enough, it's going to take off, and you get out early before it dump and all these things. But I feel like, that's probably one of the worst ways to really just invest in the crypto space, because I feel like this, I wouldn't even say worst ways. It's just not my cup of tea, because it's a lot of people out there winning like that. A lot of people are out there winning, getting in on these new projects, sniping it when it's super cheap or super low in market cap, and it goes up, 1,000%, and then they absolutely just dump. And we've seen those things, and that's why I started to really get more into bigger market cap projects. Not to say I don't have a Deegan bag in, meme coins and AI projects, though, things like that. But in this particular portfolio, going from, zero to hero, I want to show that you can buy high market cap crypto projects, because in my personal opinion, man, I think that we are going to see a market cap for the entire crypto space of anywhere from $5 to $10 trillion for the entire crypto space. Right now, I just showed early in the video, we were at $2.91 trillion just early in the video. So I think that over the course of these next 5 years, we're going to hit $5 to $10 trillion in the entire crypto market cap. And I think that we're going to continue to grow, and it's going to that liquidity is going to go into a lot of these altcoins. Now, we know there's millions of coins out there now, so I know a lot of people, it's hard to see the difference between the two, and you really got to put your own thesis together on why you're investing in a specific coin. Bit of Hope says so many people bought Bitcoin at under $10 and made millions, but they missed out on billions because they sold early. Facts, man. Facts. That's what I'm saying. Like, you really never know. And if you got a good asset, some of the best asset managers in the world say, if you got a good asset, you should never sell it. If you have a good asset, you should never sell it. What you mean by that, Tro? Well, with the crypto space, if you got in Bitcoin so super early, especially now back in the day, you really couldn't do as many of these things. But even on Coinbase, man, Coinbase offers where you can take, you can take a loan out against your Bitcoin. All you gotta have like 50% equity, or 50%, at least 50% of what you're trying to take out, whatever the case may be. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. But you can take a loan out against your Bitcoin and do different things, whatever, make more money or start a business, whatever the case may be. These things are happening directly within the apps now. That's what I'm saying. The whole financial institutions, the way we view finance apps is going to change, man. Everything is going to change. So what Nico said, yeah, it does seem like bigger market caps will do better because there is way too many smaller coins and new coins launching every second. Facts, man. Facts. I think that the big market caps, the winners that's already been winning or that's been around, that's standing the test of time. And that's not necessarily to say that they, appreciated any, because like in my portfolio, we see that most of my portfolio is AVAX. And I know a lot of people are like, Tro, why you buying AVAX? And we can see when we zoom out, if we zoom out, AVAX is still up over, since the inception. We up 156%. Now in a year, we are down 75%, which is crazy. But like I said, better buying opportunities. And if you get in at the perfect price, then once it appreciates, it's going to continue to go up, and you locked in at that price. So say, for instance, for people who've been dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, when it was, but we're not even going to just go 3 figures. We'll say 4 figures at, $1,000. James, shout out James. I appreciate you, James. I appreciate that. Shout out to James, man. James in the building, real one, man. I appreciate that for sure, for sure. Real one, real one. But even if we go back in time, man, when Bitcoin's $1,000, think about that. Bitcoin, I highly, very much, highly doubt Bitcoin ever gets back to $1,000. That if Bitcoin goes to $1,000, the world ended, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Bitcoin hit 1,000. We in everything, all markets just crashed. You know, the internet might have crashed. Market makers, liquidity is in flames. All type of things going on. If Bitcoin hit $1,000, but just for the sake of this example, say for instance, for the people who invested in Bitcoin when it was $1,000, now they are so far up that they can take loans out against their Bitcoin and not even risk too much. You know, especially if you living below your means. I'm not a person who really go, once I hit big, I'm not finna change my lifestyle too much. You know, I might get some things here and there, but I'm not gonna go move to a mansion and go get this Lambo. I don't got Lambo dreams. Don't get me wrong. And once if I can, you know, have a Lambo, if I can spend 1% of what I got and get a Lambo or something, then maybe so. I might think about that, but I'm really not no flashy type of person. I really just, and it's crazy. People gonna say, "Tro, you just talking," but I really just love the tech, bro. I ain't gonna say that I don't want to make money, because at the end of the day, I love making gains. Like, I love participating in markets, but also this is a beautiful time in, you know, not just in crypto. Like, I hate to generalize it in crypto, but just the financial world, how we're going to see a change in how we view finance. It's no longer going to be the same. Like, by 2030, we're going to see a whole new thing, and it's not even, it's going to be so seamless. Just like I always talk about this on every live stream. If you tuned in, y'all know what I say. Just like how the internet was, even just in a short span of time, I've been on this earth. You know, I only been here for 28 years so far. And even when I was a kid, we had dial-up internet. Now I'm able to do this live stream with y'all instantly, and I can still use my phone. And we don't even have a house phone no more. We have cell phones. So it's like, it's crazy how in such a short time frame that the world has changed. And that's what blockchain technology and Web3 is going to do. And also DeFi. I believe a lot in DeFi. I know that's not really the narrative right now. And I know a lot of people just really focus and chase on narratives. But I do think DeFi is very much so going to continue to grow. We see, you know, and I also think, you know, I want to say strange, fun fact, or what's the word I'm looking for? Unpopular opinion or whatnot. I think that the banks are going to really be in DeFi more so than retail. I think that retail has such a narrative driven mindset that they chase the narrative. It's meme coin, if it's AI, if it's so what's the privacy. You know what I'm saying? That people are always chasing these narratives instead of picking one narrative and mastering a narrative. Like, you can master AI, you can master DeFi, you can master meme coin if that's a thing. You know what I'm saying? So people are chasing these narratives, and I think that with DeFi earning these yields, especially right now when we still in the infancy of the crypto space, is a crazy opportunity that a lot of people are not talking about. And once TradeFi really goes super deep into these blockchains, I do think that they're going to start taking up a lot of this potential yield, because people are really not paying attention to it. We really haven't even hit, you know, the previous TVL as far as total value lock on the blockchains. Big Ho, what your choice, ETH or SOL? I mean, both. I think both are going to go up. You know, I would say me personally, maybe Solana, because Solana might have a better growth opportunity. But at the same time, it's really hard to go against ETH because major institutions are adopting it. Like, major, even though we can all say ETH is slow, ETH is a turtle, ETH is all this, but institutions are adopting Ethereum. Institutions are putting real world assets on Ethereum. So it's really hard to go against Ethereum, and it's been developing so much since, just even over these couple of past years. Like, at one point in time, I couldn't even send, $20 of ETH because I needed $20 in gas fees, so it has been building. It is getting better, especially with all these layer 2 solutions and things like that. But at the same time, I do think ETH is a slow blockchain, and I do think that big money is gonna. I think that Ethereum is gonna be a big money blockchain rather than something compared to Solana, which I think is going to be a retail type of blockchain. Not to say that institutions won't build and do things on Solana, because with these blockchains, all of these blockchains will have the ability to do multiple things. But I think at the end of the day, it's going to boil down to these blockchains, specializing in specific things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do think that every blockchain will have or be recognized for different specific things that they achieve or accomplish for whatever the person who is consuming, the person or the business who is consuming or using that blockchain. So that's my thesis on that. I say both, man, ETH and Solana, but I do think Solana has more, potential to make more gains. So in that situation, I would say Solana. And also staking Solana, it gives you more, reward, or yield. So if you're looking at price wise, I would say that. But that's not to say that ETH, people are projecting ETH to go to 20,000 in the next 5 years and things like that. And I do think that's possible, though. I think that we will have multiple $1 trillion blockchains. That's an unpopular opinion, y'all. I think we'll have multiple $1 trillion blockchains, and that's not gonna happen fast, though. DeFi will be back and they'll blast off. Facts. DeFi is coming back, man. That's why I'm already participating in some of these liquidity pools. I'm participating in some of these stakings. I'm just really participating in right now, earning that yield as prices down. So once we go up, we're gonna see some crazy appreciation. Even memes, that's what I'm saying. I think memes gonna come. Memes aren't dead, man. Memes have a spot and a position in the crypto space, and I say this in every video, and that's why, even though it's only a small amount, that's why I got Pudgy Penguins in my portfolio. That's one of the reasons I got Pudgy Penguins in my portfolio, because I like Pudgy Penguins for the simple fact that it brings real world business to blockchain technology, because they sell toys and things in Walmart. They also have a mobile game that's getting incorporated, and they have blockchain technology built under that, where you can have this gear, you can sell this unique legendary and all type of different gears, and make money from that. So I think that they're incorporating a real world business into blockchain technology, and I think that's super huge. So I do think that meme coins do play a part, especially once they have a community, a core like culture, a core like community, and those things are super powerful. I don't think a lot of people in TradeFi really get that. But I think that over time, when the courts continue to build up, when these meme courts continue to build up, if that meme survives, then it's going to build so far up that it's really hard to tear down, because so many people have bought into it. Because a lot of these meme coins don't have any type of utility at all. And at first, I was a person who was saying no to meme coins. No to meme. Like, y'all, I would say, if you go back and watch my videos, because I don't delete no videos. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. People can come back and say something to me about it on my videos, and I own up to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I didn't call a bad crypto play, we didn't all made some mistakes. We didn't all took some losses in the crypto. And I own up to it, and I say that. So I don't delete no videos or nothing like that. So I used to go back. If you go back and see, I used to always say, man, meme coins, don't buy into them or do nothing. But I changed the narrative just, I would say, last year, maybe at the beginning when everything was taking off. And I kind of got into a lot of meme coins late. But it is what it is. There's always a time the dollar cost average. Frank said, yes, Pingu, maybe a little turbo. I was waiting to turbo come down. I think I'm a dollar cost average into turbo as well, too, though. I think that I'm a dollar cost average into turbo. I really want to balance my portfolio out a little bit more, because it's really super overweight with AVAX. I know I want to keep meme coins at least about 5%. Even though Pudgy Penguins is way well over 5%. I just really had that Pudgy Penguins in the wallet, and they really just propped up it a little bit more. So I was like, let me just move this to, I had that Pudgy Penguins just in a whole nother wallet. I was like, okay, there's dust in the wallet, so let me just put this in the portfolio to make it look a little better. You know what I'm saying? Because prices dropped like crazy, y'all. Prices was dropping. I was like, dang, I got at least stay above 400. Just because the last video, week 2, I think I was at what 375. I want to say at week 2. I want to say I was at 375 week 2, y'all. What it was. And I was at 400 week 2, or right at 375, or right at 400. So either way it goes, man. Either way it goes, it is what it is. I own a small bag of Pepe. I actually do own some Pepe too. It's just not in this wallet. I like to, majority of my cryptos are stored in a decentralized wallet, y'all, too. This is my Coinbase wallet. If you haven't signed up for Coinbase already, make sure you click the link in the description. When you trade $20 in or on Coinbase, you get a free $30 with my link, man. Click on that link. Use my description right now to start trading on Coinbase or crypto.com. My crypto.com link there too. But like I said, usually I keep my cryptos in a decentralized wallet. This is the zero to the hero portfolio. So I'm just doing it on something that I know the everyday common person is used to. Even if that y'all not used to, Coinbase is a easy interface. You can use it on desktop, you can use it on your phone. So it's really easier to use. And not to say that a decentralized wallet not easy, but you know how people are. They don't want to hold their private keys. They don't want to do all that. Coinbase simplify all that, man. And Coinbase is very much so solvent, in my personal opinion. Now, these things happen in the crypto space. Yeah, I see what happened in 2022 or 2023 when all these exchanges went down. So anything is possible, but I do think that Coinbase is one of those ones that's not gonna go insolvent, y'all. I don't think Coinbase is gonna go under, especially with this new presentation that they just did. Is amazing things coming to Coinbase, and I think that they're going to continue to be around. So I believe in Coinbase. Do they have high fees? Potentially. It's to each his own. You're gonna pay fees anywhere. But the beautiful thing about it, like I said, I gave y'all 2 links: the crypto.com link and a Coinbase link. But anyway, like I was saying, man, back to why I own some meme coins is just because right now, meme coins, the euphoric feeling I think we get back into the crypto space is when, meme coins start to take off again. Meme coins give people that euphoric feeling. You don't really got to know too much about the projects in meme coins. You just got to be in the community, man. Meme coins is super easy to get into the community. And I think a lot of people kind of got messed up on meme coins because they got in at all-time highs. And don't get me wrong, I FOMO into a lot of projects as well on meme coins. I done lost some money on meme coins, but you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like I always say, we never risk more money than we can lose. Like if it's not going to allow me to sleep at night, then 9 times out of 10, I'm not going all in, man. I'm not going all in. Now, at this time in the market, is this an opportunity for us to make some money on these dips? I believe so, man. A lot of these coins are super undervalued, and a lot of these coins are trash. I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot of projects out there, they are trash for sure, for sure. But at the end of the day, man, like I said, let's just look at what's transpiring right before our eyes. We can see the entire market cap for the entire crypto space is at $2.91 trillion. That's down, at least 2% right now. And the fear and greed index, it moved since I started this video. The beginning of the video is at 25. Now we at 22. So our people are becoming fearful by the second. Bit of Hope said, my son got rugged and lost 5K on meme coins on Soul. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, with it, it's always better to really, especially when you get, I know a lot of people, see these videos, see that a lot of people making money on these meme coins, especially on Solana when, the shitcoin casino was going crazy. a lot of people was making money, but the downside of it, majority of people was losing money too. Like majority of people was losing money. A lot of people, the outliers were making money, but a lot of people was losing money on a lot of these meme coins. And that's why I always say it's really best to let the dust settle. And right now, the dust has settled, man. Don't get me wrong, we could experience some further downside. I know a lot of people. I watch a couple of traders. Me personally, I really don't trade. I don't like to get in leverage into perpetual futures, all this stuff. I really just like to buy spot and chill and spot. And if I can use my cryptos for some type of utility, in this case, in this Coinbase portfolio, I'm using it to earn 4% yield on AVAX and Solana. Then I'm gonna do so. But I feel like chilling in spot is the easiest way to win in the crypto space. So once you see that the dust has kind of settled, once you see the fear and greed index is 22 out of 100, once you see the altcoin season is 19 out of 100, the crypto RSI 33% oversold. So we see all these metrics that's aligning, and it's really aligning for us to make some money in the crypto space, y'all. That's my sentiment behind it. So I think you're right, bro. Stay away from trade, especially on leverage. Facts, man. Leverage trading is trash. I wouldn't even say trash because it's some people out there who know what they're doing. But for majority of the part, keep it simple, man. Keep it simple. It's easy to make money in the crypto space. What you don't want to do is it's really so easy that it's hard, man, because a lot of people, go trade. A lot of people want to make this money right now. I need to get rich overnight. I need to do this. I need to do this right now. Then you end up losing so much money when you realize that I could have just simply, did this and won. Let me give you a example for myself, right? So, man, just this last year, right? Last year, I was heavily dollar cost averaging into a lot of these meme coins, into a lot of meme coins on AVAX, into a lot of meme coins on Solana, like up and coming. Not necessarily $100 million market cap, but $20 to $50 million market cap. I'm dollar cost averaging to these, and they had small communities. They had voices when it was high, when the markets were high, but soon as it dropped, man, it dropped like crazy. And I really came in right after it was starting to go down. So I experienced a little gains. I thought it was going to continue to go up, tank like crazy. And I had to really get myself from under just because I was dollar cost averaging so long into these projects. Rather than if I would have just been buying Bitcoin, stayed in Bitcoin, I would be up at least 70% or so, at least 100% on my money, rather than being down 50% on these small bags. And these are small bags, don't get me wrong. It wasn't never necessarily life-changing money that I wasn't never over leveraging or over investing on myself. But at the same time, I still wanted those gains in the market. So that's something that taught me. But also, I'm still in those bags, and if they go to zero, they go to zero. But those now are moon bags for me. So no telling what this market does, man. You never know in the crypto space. That's why it's always kind of good to do your research, dollar cost average, small amounts, never over leverage yourself, and just kind of be patient, man. Patience wins at the end of the day, in my personal opinion. Like I said, if y'all just coming in, man, make sure y'all clicking that link in the description, making sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Also, if you haven't signed up with the Coinbase app, make sure y'all sign up with the Coinbase app. Appreciate that, Robert. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that for sure. Man, I'm just really chronicling my journey, showing my portfolio, being transparent. I know a lot of content creators, don't do this. And I always was looking for somebody, who would be, transparent and not just make videos about the cryptos that I'm investing in or small market cryptos, just trying to get people to pump my bags, but just really showing the journey, because a lot of people want to see this. I know even people in real life that I know, they always say, do you got a thing that you can kind of show me what you're investing in, or tell me when you're buying this and that? And it was so many people in my everyday real life that they know that I go so deep in depth in my YouTube channel, and I use a lot of verbiage that they might not understand. But I think these are from this YouTube playlist. The crypto portfolio playlist is for the everyday common person, even though I still using some little lingo, kicking a little flavor to y'all. You know, if you know, you know. But for the majority part, I'm just telling you what I'm investing in, showing what I've lost so far, what I've gained so far, and that's what I'm doing. So really just being transparent. For everybody who knew, man, make sure y'all come in. Could go to the description. If you haven't signed up using my Coinbase link, sign up using my Coinbase referral code. Once you trade $20, you get a free $30, man. Once you buy $20 of cryptocurrency, you get a free $30 using my referral link. So the link is in the description. And if you already got Coinbase, sign up with the crypto.com link. It's there as well, man. It's there too. But like I said, man, so many bullish things. Hey, appreciate that bit of hope. I appreciate you for subscribing. But like I said, so many different things going on in the crypto space. Why I'm super bullish. And like I said, I'm not really cycle driven. I'm not narrative driven. I'm into the projects I like. I'm into the projects I believe will appreciate. Do I look when I run the race? I'm not looking left and right. Yes, this portfolio, it might be other portfolios that you view that might grow faster than this portfolio. Of course, things happen. That's the part of crypto space. Every project is not going to be that 1000x, but I do think that over time, if these projects continue to build, then we will see these projects go on and go up in value and show appreciation, and we see market cap go up. And like I said, in the next 5 to 10 years, I do think that we will see 5 to 10 trillion dollar market cap when it comes to the entire crypto space. And right now we only at a 2.91 trillion. And 5 to 10 trillion, that's just me being modest, y'all. Like, that's just me being on the low end. Like, I think that crypto can honestly, if we putting everything on blockchain technology, if we tokenizing everything, every asset in the world, y'all, if everything goes on blockchain, we can potentially see, over the next 10 to 20 years, $100 trillion asset class when it comes to the crypto space, when it comes to the overall crypto market cap. And I know a lot of people say, Cho, you sound crazy, man. Like, that's $100 trillion in the next 10 to 20 years. Absolutely. That just is me saying that that's if everything goes perfect. If we get everything tokenized, if we putting assets onto blockchain technology, yes, the crypto space has the potential to go. We seen what the potential Web 2 brought to the stock market. We seeing, $1 trillion a company, and there were $1 trillion companies, and that's because it was built on Web 2. Web 2 created multiple $1 trillion companies. And I do think Web 3 will create multiple $1 trillion blockchains. And that's my thesis behind that, y'all. But let me know what y'all think, man. We almost at that hour mark. Shout out to all the real ones who stuck around, man. Like, I really appreciate y'all. Like I said, this is only week 3, y'all. We're gonna keep it coming as much as we can. I'm trying to do one at least every week, at least one live stream a week. Videos are continuously putting out. I actually got a video that's dropping at 7 right after I get finished with this live stream. I did it before. And man, we just blessed and highly favored, man. We going into 2026 with a head full of steam. We at $408 right now, man, with the portfolio. We down 21%. So I'm gonna come back, swinging. I'm gonna come back 1-2, 1-2 jab. Hey, shout out to Frank. I appreciate you for subscribing, Frank. Real one for sure, for sure. But yeah, man, we gonna come back. I'm trying to get this portfolio to 1,000 smackaroonies, y'all. 1,000 smackaroonies. We need it in a portfolio. Now, I'm not gonna over leverage myself. I'm not gonna rush into putting money into it. I'm still gonna keep the same dollar cost averaging strategy, just buying small amounts, $10 here, $20 here. Like I said, right now I'm only down $100, which is 21% in this portfolio. But that's okay because this is a long-term portfolio. And I can guarantee it by this time next year, we will be in the green, man. This time next year, we will be in the green. If I'm wrong, then some wrong. You know what I'm saying? If I'm wrong, some wrong in the market. And even if I'm not in profit by this time next year, by this time 2 years from now, I'll be in profit. And even then, we're going to keep it pushing, man, because look, crypto is here to stay. Blockchain technology is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. Tokenization is just occurring. Coinbase just did a crazy presentation with everything that they announced. So all these things adding up. We don't really look at price. Real ones know what they buying. We want to buy at a discounted price. We had the opportunity to buy Black Friday. We had the opportunity to buy Cyber Monday. Now they're giving us a Christmas sale as well. Man, I'm feeling very, very bullish right now in the crypto space. And I don't care what nobody say, man. We gotta drop the mic on them on that, man. We gotta drop the mic. Feeling very, very. Hey, I appreciate that. Frank got the notifications on real one for sure, for sure. But yeah, like I said, man, just super. I know, people like the energy, and I just want to bring that energy because it be so much doom and gloom in the crypto space. And I be like, man, I know a lot of people trying to get that traction on X, trying to get paid. We know fear sells. People got to tweet these different things out and stuff like that so they can get paid. And I'm not knocking nobody for their hustle. But at the same time, to say when you so short term focus, I think a lot of people tweet based on short term, and I think that being an optimistic person over long periods of time is what helps you win, man. Being optimistic is what helps you win. So, Crypto Troll, like I said, we at the hour mark, man. I'm not gonna take too much of the time, but I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like I said, if you haven't already, click that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. Link to the Coinbase is in the description. Trade $20, you get $30 free, and my crypto.com referral link is there as well. So, Crypto Troll, I'm out of here.